Hi, this is Mark. In this video, I'm going to explain why I think growing facial hair or beard can increase or improve your odds of success in the dating market of today. I think it's a significant trend going on. More men, especially in the U.S., are growing facial hair in their 20s and 30s, and I believe yes, more women are accepting it and actually have interest in it relative to the past. Say the 1980s, when a lot of men were clean shaven at that time. It's just a different, trend. And ultimately, I think women instinctually pick up on this because they notice that men and society respects beards more overall within the population, then it's more likely that their offspring are going to survive if that continues and move up the hierarchy. And because it's associated with masculinity and the symbol of mass maturity. And have a when you look mature and masculine or so forth, you're basically that's the first impression that people, you know, exude or they and that's all you can base things off initially, and that actually distorts your whole reality, distorts how people perceive you and act around you and so forth. And those traits, if they're so desirable, will just allow you to, encounter more scenarios that are favorable because the frequency um, is going to be higher when more people actually respect it or the attribute that is available. So, facial hair and beards being more popular, much more popular today, is just accelerating that process. And I just think, you know, women, just through the conversations I've heard, a lot of them who are in their 20s and up prefer it and actually like men who are facial, provided it is not unkept, it is clean and taken care of and so forth. So now, like, they have a lot of beard oils that smell good or give off masculine scents. It's just, it's a very strong sexually dimorphic feature that deviates men from women, and it makes, it's a dominant, feature, and it makes women feel more feminine and small and so forth and secure, and that is connected to their interest level. So I also think just because it matures or it adds age, increases your age or your perceived age, that will then change your perceived status. Or a woman may assume that you're, you know, at a higher up level in your career just because that's associated with your age. If you look like a 10-year-old kid, people are going to assume, you're at that level initially, and they're not going to, you know, treat you the same as they would someone who looks mature. So, of course, growing beards has a lot of benefits. Now, yes, it is dependent on how facially attractive you are to begin with, but you can. There's so much manipulation you can do. You can change. If you have a really nice beard, you can shape it in a way, of course, to make your jawline appear more prominent. It adds volume to your face, and that adds, just makes you look larger and appear more dominant. And women want to appear small, most of them. Of course, some of them may like more feminine men, but what I've found is the majority of women do not really accept feminine behavior in men, or too feminine, because that's very off-putting. I think less women accept that than men accept of masculine behavior from women. Like, for instance, I don't think a lot of women like submissiveness in men, or men who are shy, men who are lacking confidence, and so forth. Those traits are just non-desirable for the majority of men. Of course, if you're physically attractive, they may think it's cute, or they may think they may not treat it as so much of a negative, but it's just going to, if you have those qualities, it's basically going to suppress a lot of times their interest significantly. So you have to, be comfortable in your own shoes. That's the biggest thing I find. Just be comfortable, not expecting so much. Don't be overly needy. and just confidence. So if you have a face short, if that increases your confidence, it will help. I mean, it will make you um, change the social dynamics of the situation. Like if you're, if you go clean shaven and you look really young, that can definitely suppress confidence. So, I mean, it really depends. Majority of women will date up in age and they prefer guys who are older. So, if let's say women in her early 20s prefer guys, a lot of them prefer guys who are, let's say, 10 years plus older. So in their 30s and older, then if you fit into that range, then you're going to have a higher probability of securing a spot. Whereas if let's say you shave your beard and you look 10 years younger now, and you're like 20, um, woman may associate you with that level, and think, oh, you're just getting out of high school, your career is. They may just think of your think that you haven't really started your life or your career path yet, because that's the instantaneous, or that's that first impression, and that can distort every single thing beyond that point. Basically, the first impression is a critical component of your success, and having that mature look can add really just increase the interest level, just because it is associated. It's a symbol of masculinity and maturity. But yeah, that's just all I really have.